say.
Put your hands up right now.
My name is Brad with Clark Pest Control. I called you 3 or 4 times.
Did I give you permission to come on my property?
Well, no, but I knocked and I'm trying to...
Warning. You are trespassing.
Get off my property.
Get off my property now.
What?
Who are you? Put your hands up right now.
My name is Brad with Clark Pest Control. I called you 3 or 4 times.
Did I give you permission to come on my property?
Well, no, but I knocked and I'm trying to...
Warning.
You make any comments? No, if he had, I'd be taking me in right now.
Taking me in for what, sir?
For threatening somebody with a weapon. And you know something, you could play that little game with the court if you want about not knowing it was pest control because he had a shirt on that says Clark's Pest Control. Older guy with white hair wearing glasses obviously looked like he was probably Clark's Pest Control. With a Clark Pest Control car truck outside. And I'm sure that when you looked at the video, you identified him as Clark's Pest Control. So you're not going to give me that little story about you couldn't identify who he was somebody in your backyard. I'm not going to play that. What I'm going to say is that you become a threat to somebody. Listen, sir. When you become a threat to somebody with a gun, that's obviously a concern to us. I come out here to find out what was going on. What you do is you start questioning our authority and what we have to do, what we're doing out here, instead of worried about the fact that we're doing our job. You should appreciate the fact we're out here questioning what's going on with anybody having a gun, making a threat to anybody that doesn't have a gun. That's what we do. So basically my information to you is you need to be a little bit more concerned about who you take a gun out on, because if you have your...
And I realized that really when people throw that out there, it's like they're trying to divert your attention away from the individual and focus on a picture so broad that it's hard to comment on. Is people will throw that out there, try to sort of make an excuse, but it's like a straw man argument. You know, they'll construct a distraction and hide behind it, even though this distraction that they've thrown out there isn't even valid. Because I mean, it's a play on your ignorance. They're hoping that you won't know how to comment on their comment, you know, if that makes sense. And the statement implies so many things. In the Church of Christ, you know, biblically, when it refers to a church, it's always talking about a group of people, usually within a city or a region. Not even talking about buildings, you know, because, I mean, especially in America, you know, Christianity has been perverted in the sense that people will construct that argument. They'll try to divert the attention. They'll say church is full of hypocrites trying to get the attention off of themselves. But granted, even if it was full of hypocrites, what about you? I mean, the truth is the truth. Whether I accept it or not, you know, it's still there. It's still there in plain English. Also, there's another implication. When they throw that out there, they try to get the attention off of themselves. Or they say I'm not perfect. That's a similar one. Let's say the church is full of hypocrites. That's why I don't go. Even though you are commanded to congregate with fellow believers, you're told not to forsake the assembly. So that's being disobedient. You're not seeking fellowship. And even if most of the people at a church are fake, a lot of people in there are real. I mean, you're not going to find any godly friends looking for 5 seconds. It's not going to happen. It's just not, man. You got to seek diligently. This is plain. Also notice this. People who don't read the Bible or go to church in that sense, they'll use that as an excuse. They'll say the church is full of hypocrites. basically for their reason why they don't participate. And really, here's what they're saying. They're implying that they're not one. So it's like they're up here and then everybody else is down here. It's like you're looking down saying, okay, everybody's fake, but I'm not. If all these people were real like me, then I would be down. But in saying that, what they're really saying is they're not focused on the church being like Christ. They're focused on the church being like them. That's what they're saying. If everybody was like me, if everybody was real like me, then I would be down. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I mean, thoughts and ideas, man. Logically, when you trace them out, man, when you bring them to their conclusions, people will throw these thoughts and ideas out. Really, because Proverbs says, the words of a man's mouth are deep waters. Even though we make these flippant comments, it's like we're just throwing stuff out there. That's coming out your heart. Scripture says, from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. So you're gonna mean what you say.
He's watching you wherever you are, 'cause being a hypocrite is a disease of the heart. We doing things to please others than Allah. Look at your man, your personality, your manners and behavior. You gotta do it daily. Can't keep a promise, betray the trust you take when you speak your light. A hypocrite, as the prophet described. To some you show a face, and to others you show another face. Dying as a hypocrite's a disgrace.